everybody, how you doing? Josh here, doing my thing. It's kind of a cloud covered day. Had a lot of rain the last couple of days, so I hadn't been able to ride much, which is alright because it gave me time to work on other stuff. I want to give you an update about something that had occurred recently that kind of surprised me on this bike. So when I originally picked up this bike, I was told that everything was switched over to LED. And one day when I was at my work, something told me I needed to check my turn signals, which I did, and turned out that front turn signal up there was not working. I was a little bit confused about that, but I figured bad connection, shortened wire, something weird like that. So I got it home later on that night and popped the little lens cover off of it just to see what was happening, and found out it was not LED. It was one of the standard bulbs. I don't know if they're called halogen bulbs or not, but yeah, they definitely were not LED turn signals, which kind of surprised me a little bit. So I went and priced out getting a new set of bulbs for it, and for a 2-pack for these kind of bulbs it was like $15 or something crazy like that. And I decided I was going to look up LED turn signals. I found a set for like $10. So I kind of thought that was a no-brainer. I'd just get some LED ones and throw them in, because that's what I originally wanted. So I ordered them, got them home, hooked them up. You know, I followed the same wires and just connected the new ones where the old ones were at. And the weirdest thing was happening was the LED lights were really dim, and all 4 of them were blinking. So I got on good old YouTube, looked it up, and it turns out that I needed a different relay for LED lights, because the way the relays work on these is, for the original kind of bulbs, is it has a little piece of metal, and when the current goes through, it heats up that metal and it bends the metal away, breaking the contact. Once it cools down, it straightens back out, making the contact again, and that's how you get the blinking. I didn't know that, but I thought that was pretty cool. Well, the problem is with LED lights, you don't get enough current through to heat it up enough to get it to bend. So I ended up having to buy a relay for it, another $10. And I had to kind of be a little bit creative on it, because the relay on the bike was attached to this 9-pin connector, and the relay I ordered in was only a 2-pin connector. And so I had to look at the wiring schematic, figure out what 2 wires it was, cut them off the main relay and splice them into the new one. So I got that done and got it all put back together, turned it on, and the LED lights were actually brighter, but again, all 4 of them were flashing. You know, I was really confused again. So back on YouTube I go. Got back on YouTube, looked it up, and found that now they're saying that there's a little wire with a diode or something that you're supposed to splice into 2 wires, or it comes pre-spliced, and what it does is it allows electricity to travel one direction but not the other, so it's supposed to feed it that way. the reason why it was doing that was because my turn signal indicator here is what was causing the problem, because again, that's not LED either, and plus the way it was wired up. So I turned on the left turn signal, current would go through the left side, it would go up, hit this indicator, and then go back down through the right and light up the right side. So with this little wire that they were talking about was supposed to bypass that. One of the wires from this light would be grounded, and then the other one would be the feed for it. But honestly, I didn't want to do that. So I kind of contemplated and did some soul searching to figure out how I was going to handle it or address it. What I ended up doing is just cutting the two wires off this indicator, so now this indicator don't work at all. So when I turn on my turn signals, that doesn't do anything, which is okay, because I really don't like that design anyway, but not for me. So everything worked fine after I cut the two wires. Left was left, right was right, everything was okay. The only downfall, the only hazard is I could never tell when I left my turn signals on, which is not very safe. So I rode for a couple of days, and I was just constantly closing it, making sure it was off, making sure it was okay, making sure it wasn't blinking. But I knew that with how easy it is to forget, even with that little light on, how easy it is not to notice it. I knew it was a matter of time to where somebody would think I was turning and I'd plow right into them. So I had to ponder life's greatest questions again on what do I do? And I actually feel like I came up with a pretty cool idea. And it's my bike, so as long as I think it's cool, then it was worth it. Let me make these turns real quick, and I'll tell you and show you what I did. Did I give it away? Did you see what just happened? If not, you might want to play it back. Because I just showed you what I did. Ta-da! Okay, end of story. I'm just kidding. Alright, so what I ended up doing was I went and ordered another pair of wires, or another pair of lights, I should say. But these lights are kind of specific because they're a two-purpose light. And what I did is I installed them right there. Let me go around this turn. So I installed one right there, and I installed one right there. Looks pretty clean if you ask me. But what I did is I tied the one wire into my marker lights, so whenever the bike is on, these white lights are turned on, so I know the bike is on without having neutral on or whatever. But when I hit the turn signal, see, it only does it for the direction that the turn signal's on at. So if I switch it to right, you'll see the right side going. And a couple of reasons why I actually like that is because, one, I know what side I left on, and for two, the way the lights work, it really grabs my attention. It's hard to miss and it's hard to ignore when I see that movement. And so I just tied this into the left side, I just tied that one into the right side, and then I hooked the white light up just again to a continuous power source when the bike is on. And yeah, problem solved. Turn signals are working correctly now, so people can tell when I'm turning. I could tell when I accidentally leave them on when I shouldn't be. And I'm a little bit safer. And I have LED lights now instead of the bulb lights. So, I just thought I would share that with you. If you want me to show you exactly where and how I wired it, I'm more than happy to do that. It's actually not too difficult. Most of the work was done behind the front headlight. Most of it. 2 wires I had to cut is on the little wire harness. You can kind of see the wires sticking out right there. Because I was thinking about splicing into that spot, but I decided not to. And then I can show you where I put the relay, which is down there inside that little chrome side piece. So, all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I may or may not decide to go with some brighter LED turn signals at some point in the future, but as far as right now goes, I'm happy with how it's working. And at night, they're really bright. Daytime, doesn't seem as bright, but it's because it's daytime. I think it's still noticeable though. I still feel safer with it. And it's taken less draw off the bike's battery. So, yeah, I just figured I'd share that with you and kind of give you guys a heads up. Wow, that place is packed. All kinds of campers going on. Weekend campers, I guess. Yeah, I just thought I'd share with what I did on the turn signal, and there's a couple more updates I'll share with you in the future that I have recently done to the bike. To make myself feel a little bit safer. And yeah. So in the meantime, I'll just stay in touch. I'll keep uploading some new videos for you and kind of share what I'm learning, what I'm doing, how I'm modding, and maybe even just pull some full rides just for people who enjoy watching a full ride. So until then, I'll talk to you later. Peace.